Hey you guys, I'm Carson Rouse back with Business Buzz, where we focus on business, entrepreneurship, and investing. Today, we're going to be talking about Target stock, whether it's a buy, and we're going to analyze it for you. Target's a retail store that we've all heard of, and we've probably all shopped for. It's one of the biggest retail chains on the planet, and it's very popular. Surprisingly, it's a pretty old company as well, founded back in 1962, the same year that Walmart was founded. They have nearly 2,000 stores across the US and over 360,000 employees in the USA. While they are a very large company, they are 20 times smaller than Walmart, which isn't really saying much considering just how large of a company Walmart is. So in this video, I'm going to be going through the business model, some recent news in the stock, some different valuation measures, and in total, what I think. So first, let's start with the business model. Not only does Target have nearly 2,000 stores in the USA alone, but they also are located in over 200 countries worldwide. Target, like Walmart, is just a general retail store. They sell an assortment of products such as clothing, food, anything you can get your hands on. Generally though, Target doesn't have mega stores like Walmart does. Their locations tend to be a little bit smaller, medium-sized stores. Also, if you've ever been to a Target grocery section, you'll notice it's a lot smaller than a place like Walmart. Also, I know I keep comparing it to Walmart, but it's because their business models are so similar, and they're just two very similar companies. Keep in mind, their e-commerce part of their business is also growing rapidly, with over 30% growth last year. And if you compare their sales to other online stores, they actually do much better compared to their size. As part of the retail industry, Target's goal is to sell consumer goods to people and families. Even though less and less people are going to actual physical locations and going to different stores, Target remains very solid, especially with their website growth. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. This industry doesn't have a ton of room to grow, as though it seems. However, Target has adapted very quickly and very smoothly. They're doing very well with their online sales, so I think they'll fare well. Now let's get into some recent news with Target. Obviously, Target, along with the other competitors in their industry, have been affected by the virus. But things seem to be looking better as the country starts to reopen. Their stock did take a 25% dip in the last few months. However, it has since recovered back to the $120 mark. Now let's get into some analytical valuation measures. So Target goes by the ticker symbol TGT and currently sells for around $120 per share as of May 17th when I'm filming this. After looking at their recent annual statement, I've noticed that their revenues have consistently grown over the last few years, averaging around 3 to 4%. They had about $78 billion in annual revenue, however their profit margins are a bit lower than the industry average. They cleared $3.3 billion in net income, meaning they are a profitable company, which is good to see. They've been saving way more cash on hand, and currently their current cash is 65% higher than it was at this time last year. With around $2.5 billion cash on hand, that should be enough to save them from the financial hardships that this virus has brought to them. Now let's talk about their dividend. They are a dividend-paying stock with around 2.1% annual payout, which is pretty decent. They've also been annually increasing their dividend for over 20 years, which is always good to see in a dividend-paying company. Maybe someday they will be considered a dividend aristocrat. Their market cap is just above $60 billion, making them a large company, but they still have room to grow. Their PE currently is around 19, which is ever so slightly higher than the industry average, so they're not crazy over nor undervalued as it seems. But now let's get into the question you all have been waiting for. Should you buy this stock? I would give Target the edge of a buy. I would buy this stock considering their current valuation. Also, with such a strong dividend payout, it's hard not to look past them. Also, it's a relatively safe company to invest in. They've got a lot of cash on hand. They just survived the virus. They seem to be doing well and pretty steady. Once things get back to normal, they should continue trudging on even better than they were before. While I do have this stock as a buy, I would wait a little bit to see if the price can drop a little. I do think that it's a fair value, but it could be better. In the long term though, this stock should definitely rise. While I don't love the industry that they're in, this seems to be a very adaptable company that I could get my hands behind. Unfortunately, I wish this stock would have been on my radar just a few weeks ago when the price was around $100. That was a steal. That was a great value. Not that it's not a great value right now, especially long term, but $100 a share, that's some cheapies. So please answer this poll right here whether Target stock is a buy or not. I think it is, but maybe you guys disagree. Anyway, like the video, and I will see you guys next time.